Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened there. All of a sudden, my Hangout just terminated. I don't know what happened there, but I was just talking about Tony being a con, and next thing I know, it said it was terminated. So I apologize for those technical issues. I had a lot of technical issues. Apparently, I cannot run Google Hangouts in Firefox anymore. I don't because they don't support the plugin anymore that enables me to do that. So I had to switch it up, and I tried it then in Microsoft Edge, and that doesn't work either. So I got to do it in Internet Explorer. So I don't know why it just all of a sudden stopped. My apologies for that. But so I guess it'll be a part 2 now video for this opening episode. Technology, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. But no, it was as I was talking about before the Hangout terminated on me. No, it was the guests of honor were awesome. They were all very down to earth. I wonder if I can show you guys here the pictures I took with the guests of honor. Let's see here. Those guys will be there. That's why Blunt got so many carries earlier. So that will not look the same. If will use him differently. They have to use Blunt last year because of what's going to be surrounded back there. There always find files in here you want to delete too. Okay, let's see. Where does it start? Yeah, here we go. All right, so there I am with Kathy. Kathy Westlook. She was very awesome. There I am with Lee. Gosh, Lee's holding my Rainbow Dash as I take that picture. So that was just a cool moment as well. There I am with Claire. I love her reaction. I love Claire's reaction there. She's like pointing at me like, oh, I love that reaction. There's another one. There I am with Rebecca. Gosh, she's such a sweetheart. She is so great. Great with her fans. Love that. And then there I am with Ian, and Ian was so cool to meet. So yeah, just neat all around. And in terms of the guests of honor, they were all absolutely awesome. Oh, and I showed you Spike. Let me show you. My phone's now doing trippy things. What the hell? Sorry. Okay. Let me show you where I got my rainbow. This is my Rainbow Dash, of course. Oh, I love this thing. Here's where I got it signed. There is Claire's signature right there, and there's Lee's down on the other side here. And the other side has a really big signatures because apparently Rebecca and Ian like to sign big. There's Ian. It's even what I quote about Ian. He even put his character. He put Silver Shill on there, which is so cool. And then of course Rebecca also put To Chris on there, which I love. So thank you to all the guests of honor for doing that. That was just so neat, so awesome. So yeah, so those were great. The line moved pretty smoothly. It was a pretty smooth process. It didn't really take too long. Okay, I'm like a half-hour mark. We're good, at least from the span of the 2 videos. But no, it was really cool there, and it was very smooth. Once basically asked you who you were there for in line, and then you moved in when you had an opening. So very smooth process again, smoothly run all around by the convention staff. The community guests, I saw a lot of these guys throughout the week. Of course, I mentioned Saber Spark and AC Race Fest. Those 2 are really cool. They do different podcasts like Bronies React, Semi Perfect Podcast. Check those out. They're really cool. And I got to shake their hands throughout the weekend. I got to share what I do on the channel during their How to YouTube series, which was cool. Didn't tell them that I was thinking about doing this at the time because I didn't even know that I was going to until I just got inspired by Con. I got inspired to do a lot of things now just through PonyCon. I'm going to be honest. So this series, I'm going to be writing a new fanfic very soon as a result. Because I was just say I got very inspired. You draw inspiration from the things that not only you're passionate about, but that you do and see. So yeah, so they're very cool, and I'm checking them out a lot more often. Dusty Cat, he was very cool. He was at the guest of honor panel a couple times. I think he led the one on Saturday. He was the narrator, which is cool. He did an introduction to voice acting panel, which is very cool. So yeah, I saw him a lot through the weekend. Paleo, who also does work with AC Race Best and Saber Spark. Joey-O, who does Pony Meets World YouTube series, which I got to see, which is very, very cool. Fire Team Harmony, oh my gosh, this group, this cosplay group goes all out. Like they kind of mix the MLP characters with the Halo series, and now I follow all those Spartans on Twitter now. So cool. I got now I got to pick with Rainbow Spartan. I got to pick with like all 5 that were there at con. So cool. You guys got to follow them on Twitter if you're into it as well. They are a must follow as well. Lachlan O'Neill, the cosplayer, did a lot of different characters. She does Dee Dee Dish as well, one of the mascots as well. So she does a lot of different roles throughout the week. So she was very cool. Sharon Lyle did a lot of different things throughout the week. She also, she did the Let's Design a Pony seminar as well. She also did one leading, how she made toys. So she was very cool. So a lot of neat people to see. Unfortunately, I did not get to see any of the baseball concert. Now, Nate and Sarah did a little bit on Saturday night. I did not. I was doing a couple other panels as well. I heard it was pretty neat. The only drawback to the whole con, the only downside of it was that, on Saturday night, while the baseball concert was going on and while everything and some of the panels were going on as well, some idiot, and that's who this person is. Yeah. That's some idiot. Yeah. What timing? Someone honks the horn when I say idiot. Yes, they were an idiot. Some idiot has to post on Periscope while someone's Periscoping the event that they put a threat against the con. I'm not going to say what it was, but for those of you who were there, and it had to shut down. But the convention did the right thing. They shut down the whole con. They shut it down early. Just be safe. Take precautionary measures. Clear everyone out of the Hyatt. Get everyone out, get the police in there, check everything. They cleared everything out. Sunday went on as scheduled. And so that was, so I commend the staff for taking care of that when that situation was going on. So it was a shame that the concert had to get interrupted because of that. But what was cool was that the DJ that was playing at the time, who had his concert cut short because of the threat, got to also play at closing ceremony. So that was a nice gesture by the staff to do that in light of what happened. So yeah, I commend them for that. But I will probably have to check one of these out either next year. What are you honking at, man? People in my town, crazy. But we'll probably have to check one of these out in a future con either next year or whenever I go back. Because there's some really good groups that did it. Of course, Black Griffin, Garnica, who's very popular, Vocal Score, the Shakeups, Ponyville were there, Seventh Element. So just a lot of big names were there as well. Because it was our first con and we were just, we didn't get one of the sponsor levels. We're hoping to do that next year, and for future years, we're hoping to get one of the sponsor levels so we can get some more of the perks. They have like different VIP events like beer tasting, and they have the Grand Galloping Gala, which, again, we don't really have much formal stuff. So again, it's kind of it's also kind of an advanced ticketing thing you have to get advanced tickets for in order to do. So while it sounds like a cool concept, you just got to pay a whole lot more money for it, and you got to be formal. So, which we don't really have. So, but the sponsor dinner, we want to check that out next year as well. It is for, it's for Unicorn, Pegasus, and Alicorn, which, might be a little bit higher in price, but we'll check out the prices for next year and we'll see if we can get in on that. And then the VIP cocktail hour, I was debating about whether or not to do that. But again, it's $100 more just on top of, and it's an exclusive event for Pegasus and Alicorn sponsors, cocktail ticket holders. But for others, the cost is $100. You got to pay another $100 if you're not one of those, at one of those levels in order to do it. So I was debating on that, decided not to in the end because of the price. But if we do a sponsor level next year, hopefully we could get in on that. So I mentioned the vendors. 37 vendors throughout the vendor hall. That is insane for them to cram that much into one room. But I tell you what, they did a great job of it, and there was some awesome stuff in there. As I mentioned in the first video, which again I didn't intend to be the first video, but technology. But so there was just some awesome stuff in there. I'm hoping very soon they'll post leftover merchandise from this year on there. They still have stuff left over from the first year of con on there, from 16 on there. But I'm hoping they'll put some more leftover stuff up there, because there's still some neat stuff in there that I didn't get a chance to really look at. But yeah, that was really awesome. So lots of cool stuff. The vendor halls is a must, especially when you go to this con. And then actually getting into the meat of the events. So let's see where we at. 36 minutes. Okay. Again, of course, you have to go to opening ceremony. I mean, I think that's a given. I think that's, because you got to see the guests of honor together to kick it off, to kick off the con. So that was a must. I mentioned Pony Meets World. I saw that. That's actually a really cool YouTube series. I actually found it very interesting. Got to watch like an never before seen episode and like a sneak peek at an episode to come. I thought the way they do that was very cool. Actually, it's quite simple animation. It's very cool to do that. So I thought that was really neat. I saw like the last half of like Bernie's React of the panel that AC and Saber Spark did together. So I thought that was really cool. Of course, the guest of honor panel on Friday, which of course any of the guest of honor panels were really neat. Then of course I got all the autographs and pictures done on Friday. I wanted to get those out of the way early, because that way I could do more on the other 2 days. So that's a con tip for you all. Get those out of the way early if you can, if at all possible. Because when I saw the line, I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'll get 3 done today, maybe the other 2 or get the Corliss on Sunday, because they're having their own autograph session on Sunday. Maybe I get them that way, and then spread it out evenly. But in the end, I ended up getting all 5 on Friday, which worked out perfectly. So I got it done and out of the way. So it worked out really perfect. That Friday also wasn't as busy, because you figure the busy days are going to be the Saturday, Sunday, because everyone's going to come for those days. So you think Friday's not going to be the very busy day, and it really wasn't. So I got it out of the way and got it done. And after that, that was really all we did on the first day. I mean, because we were kind of, we wanted to, get checked in the hotel on Friday. We wanted to check out the fitness center. We wanted to do all that and eat, since we hadn't eaten, much of the day. So there obviously would have been a lot more to see that day. But, we were just, I think, so tired from getting there that we didn't get to see much the first day. So I think in the future, we'll prevent that from being down there on Thursday instead of Friday, so we can do more on Friday. I would have liked to do the author meetup on Friday. Let's see, maybe the filming is magic. The semi-perfect podcast, I would have liked to have seen that. Then of course the OC, the original character. I wanted to see that on Friday, but hopefully in the future we'll do more about OCs, because I love creating characters. I love being creative. I love wanting to create original characters, and I got to actually do that with Let's Design a Pony that I did on Sunday. So that was cool. And the karaoke, I worried, because I'm sure there's a lot of songs to choose from, but it's like I don't really know them by heart. So it's like I would have to really know the song in order to do it. So I debated about doing that one too, but it's like I don't really know them any by heart. So except the theme song. So I really kind of knew against that. And I wanted to do the evening one from 9:30 to 10:30 with Dusty Cat and Full Papers, but again, didn't quite get to it. But at least I saw Dusty at the voice acting panel. Saturday, though, was probably the best day. Saturday was probably the best day of them all. The fursuit panel, that was really cool. I wanted to see that. Not that I'm really big into it myself, but being a mascot fan and following over 100 mascots on Twitter, I wanted to see kind of what the difference was between the two and like how they were built. And let me tell you, it is an expansive process. Like I dab a little bit into it, but I don't do like the whole thing. But but if you want to build your own from scratch, it takes a lot of time, effort, money, and it takes a lot, as I found out at the panel. So maybe buying them as a whole is a better concept. So I got to think about that in the future. But that was very cool, and just seeing how all out these people go to do that, I thought was very neat. I saw a lot of them throughout con, and it was very cool. The Let's Dish with Beauty and Fashion Plate, which are done by Vivid Syntax and Lachlan. Vivid Syntax, another one I saw a lot of throughout the weekend. I saw like 4 panels of his. He's very cool. Does a great job with his panels, and does a great job overall. Gave him a hug at that closing ceremony at the end of the con, because he did a great job with all of his panels. That was really neat. Just kind of like a little, kind of gossip-like show, kind of like mini podcast show about gossip and equestrian, which was really cool. Nate and Sarah did the Joining the Herd stories. I how they got into the fandom, which I think, I debated about going to that one too. I didn't in the end because I was doing a couple of other panels, but they did that, so they thought it was really, really neat. So that was cool. They also did My Little Wheel of Fortune with Blackman Brony, which I heard was also very, very fun and very cool. So they did that and liked it. So that was cool. Of course, the guest honor panel Saturday, epic, absolutely epic. I loved that. And then the Riding Pony fan fiction, that one had to go to. I mean, the only downside of that was that the guy that was hosting it couldn't actually be there. It was hosted by Coffee Minion. He actually wasn't there. But they tried to, they set it up remotely through kind of like a Skype. They couldn't get the video to work, but they got his audio working, so he could actually hear us. We could hear him. But it was a very good discussion about writing stories, sparking ideas, and it really started it gave me kind of a desire to write again. I've tried writing fan fiction in the past. I've tried with different things like Sonic the Hedgehog and Jack and Daxter, and I've tried different story arcs and concepts, and they just kind of fall flat either because I run out of, I get that writer's block, I don't know where to take the story from there, or just lack of time. And I really, but then, I got the desire to write again because of all these people's ideas, like, oh my gosh, that's, yes. And they talk about different formats of how you write. And I want to, and the way that I really like is that I mentioned it on when I did my vlogs from the con, is, if you didn't see them on Facebook, is kind of like the Wings of Fire series, where each chapter is done from a character's perspective. Each one, is kind of told from that character's point of view. And I thought, that's so cool. I'll do that with the characters I put in my story, and then kind of link all the stories together, and eventually they all come together to make one big thing. So I thought that was really neat. And then I wanted to see the who would win with Saber and AC Race Best, but the fanfic panel ran so long because we were in such a good discussion. It ran like 8 minutes over what we were hoping for it to be, so I missed out on that. But oh well, it is what it is. And then of course the baseball started at 6. Nate and Sarah checked that out. I was checking out, of course, the Let's Design a Pony panel, but because I wanted to do that. That was really neat. And I'll show you guys also what I came up with. Now again, I preface this by saying I am no artiste. I'm really not, when it comes to art, like the placement of the stencils, I don't think I was very good on this. But I am proud of what I came up with. I figure I wish I could have placed the mane and the tail a little better. But there's what I came up with. This is Winterbolt. It's Rainbow Dash's sister that I came up with. So I wanted to keep the blue color, but I added like the green and the purple for some accents, and the eye being purple as well. The wings are the 3 different colors as well, along with the lightning bolt cutie mark that has the blue, the green, the purple in the middle. And then I added little snowflake accents on the bottom. I thought that was really neat. So yeah, I was really proud of my work. Again, even though I didn't really was good with the stencils in the right places, which it's tricky because you really got to figure out, okay, where's that stencil lining up? Where's it going? You really got to be careful on that. So I tried. Let's just say I tried. So let's bring your imagination to life. So, and it was limited to the first 50 people, but I don't even think we had 50 in the room. Might have been like 10, 11, 12, if that. So there was enough room, space. You could, go to town on it and just go. So it was fun, and I really enjoyed that. Again, I wanted to do the cocktail hour eventually, but because I did the pony design, I didn't have a chance to do that. So, but maybe in future years I'll do that. The lip sync battles, I don't know if I was ever really into that. Again, I'd have to know the song. So like I'd be like totally like thrown off guard if I didn't know the song. So and then I was debating about again the pony bar, but again with that being and I actually they closed the pony bar early because the fact that there was so much because people were checking out the baseball and the events, they closed that down early. So even before I think the threat happened, they closed that down already. So really wasn't a whole lot there. So yeah, that was Saturday, and then Sunday of course was of course tough for me because of the fact it was the last day of first con. I definitely was a little bit emotional going into that day with it being the last day. But again, the introduction to voice acting panel, I wanted to check that out, even though I don't really do full-fledged voice stuff. I wanted to see like what it kind of takes to maybe get in it, because I can do different character voices if I put my mind to it. If I'm just fooling around one day, like if I'm watching enough shows, like if I'm watching Timon and Pumbaa, I can do a Timon voice, if I can do or like Sylvester, or what have you, or different kinds. So it's just a matter of, and they mention that it's about practice, about imitation, about creativity, what have you. So that was really neat. Dusty and Lachlan did a great job on that, and I thought that was really, really cool. Of course, the guest of honor panel. Then after that, that was just absolutely epic. Again, with the commentary they did, and they were talking in some of them talking in character voice, especially Kathy when Spike was anytime Spike was on screen, anytime he was on screen, she'd do the character voice and just come with their own lines, be like, it's so cool. So I thought that was really neat. I thought about doing again the playing OCs to Ken versus, but again it kind of overlapped with the guest of honor panel, so I couldn't really do that. Let's see. Oh, the How to YouTube panel again with Saber Spark and AC Race Pass. Again, I already had my own, as you guys know, I already have my own YouTube channel, but I kind of wanted tips on how to make it grow, how to get a boost going, and everyone got to share their what they do on their channel, which is really, really cool. So the fact that and even mentioned, they made the comment on stage, you can see the litany of stuff that's out there. It's not just pony stuff that's out there on YouTube. It's reviews, it's gaming reviews, it's all the different kinds of stuff that YouTube can offer, and that's very true. There's so much out there that can be done on YouTube. So I thought that was just really, really awesome as well. And then again, I wanted to check out Sharon's segment on Sunday. I didn't get the chance to. And then briefly, we went to the musician meetup, but that really wasn't a big thing. There really much going on that. It was outside. It was cold that Sunday. It was kind of freezing. It was dripping a little bit. And then Nate and Sarah wanted to see it more than I did. I didn't really want to stay for it because I didn't even see any in baseball. So, but then Vivid Syntax's panel again, the epic fan fiction or the epic field time fan fiction with heart. That was really cool. Learning about the different genres that you're writing, and no joke, true story. During the panel, as they're talking, like I'm coming up with this idea. Like I'm like during the panel, I'm like, okay, I got to write this down. Like I'm on my phone, like da 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 da. Like I am like literally typing out this idea. So I came up with this fan fiction idea. I came up with the title, the format. You can't really see, but like I came up with the title of it, the format, all the characters I'm going to use, the backdrop of it. So I came up with everything as this panel was going on. Not that I was ignoring what was going on, what they were saying, which I wasn't. I was paying careful attention. But it's like I'm also thinking in my head, I got to write this down or else I'll forget it because my short-term memory, terrible. So I got to write all this down. So yeah, I'm hoping to get that project started also off the ground very soon as well. And I just spit in my book. Oh my gosh, that was like a mega spit. What the heck? But I hope to get started writing that very, very soon as well, and get that going. And then I wanted to go to the charity auction. I really, really did. But again, with how much money I had left, I didn't know if I'd be able to have enough for anything. I did bring a lot of money to con, but I also spent a lot at the vendor hall, and maybe that was a mistake that I didn't have much left for spending at the charity auction. Plus, I didn't even know I wanted to go in the charity room and see what they had, but That's the one thing I couldn't find at the con. I never found the charity room. I was looking like all up and down the second level, and like I never found the charity room. So I'm like, I think they need to like put a bigger sign out like where the charity room is next year, so you can see what events are in the charity auction, because I never found it. I never saw where it was. So otherwise, if there was something in there that interests me, I might have stuck around and maybe gone for something. But I didn't get a chance to see what was out there. So so maybe for the future I'll get to see it, but otherwise I didn't get a chance to. And then of course, closing ceremony, and that was tough. I tried my darndest not to cry, but I was very emotional with it being over so fast, and it being my first con. So so yeah. And they showed a nice little slideshow on of what was there. It's on YouTube. You can check it out, I'm pretty sure, or it's on Winnie City PonyCon's Twitter. It's on the Facebook page as well. The slideshow that they took at con. So just the memories, the memories that I've taken from this first weekend, the weekend in general, my first one ever, are going to stick with me. They're going to stick with me, and I will definitely be back next year for 2018. I can't wait to see what they bring to the table then. If they can top what they did this year, that'll be impressive in itself as well. I know they really wanted to top the second year they did the first. Well, I think they did. Even though it wasn't there the first year, I think they did, because the number of attendees went up, and the money in the charity auction rate was awesome, and the guests of honor were all awesome, and they really stepped up their game. So again, I cannot commend the staff enough, the volunteers, the panelists, the guests of honor, everybody that made this con what it was. It was just absolutely outstanding. And again, if you are in the Midwest around March and April, and if you want to check out a con, by all means check this one out, because it is worth it. It is worth what I spent the tickets for on it. It's worth the hotel stay. It is worth every single cent, every penny of it. It is worth it. So, and you might come back with swag, you might come back with stuff like that, but you'll also come back with memories. And I made plenty of them. And so, and I even got invited to Cider Fest. No joke. I got an invite today in my email that I got invited to Cider Fest. I don't know if I'll be able to get that weekend in October off. I don't know, but but that's a drive, man. That's in Milwaukee. That's up in Wisconsin. That is a drive for me. So I don't know if that will be possible, but I certainly appreciate the invite. But everyone was telling me at Winnie City, oh, if you love Winnie City, you gotta go to Cider Fest. You gotta go to Ponyville Cider Fest. It's just up in Milwaukee. You gotta go to Cider Fest. So maybe I don't know if it'll be this year. Maybe one day I'll get enough to plan that as well. I got to get like work PTO time as well to do that. So, but this right here, this was one of the best weekends I've ever had. And I've taken a lot of trips, road trips, done different things. This right here, you are welcomed among the people. You are welcomed among the staff. You're welcomed among the fellow bronies and Pegasisters. You're welcomed among the fans, because you feel at home. You feel comfortable. You are one of them. And you are immersed in it, and you just soak up every single moment of it, and you just enjoy yourself. That's really what it's all about. Coming together, talking about the fandom, enjoying the fandom, and just enjoying every single minute of it. And that is what I did, and that's what Nate and Sarah did with me. And Matt and Erica were there with me for the first day on Friday, and I thank them for joining me for that as well. And it was just a blast, an absolute blast. So thank you, Winnie City. Thank you to everyone who's involved with the con. You guys are all awesome. You're all awesome. You're all outstanding. You're the best. You really are. So thank you for making that weekend so awesome for me. So that is going to conclude this first episode. I'm pretty much at the hour mark or close to it. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you like what you see, if you like what you see in the series, give it a thumbs up. And in maybe the weeks to come, weeks to come, I'll definitely be talking about episodes or season 7 episodes. If anything else happens with the movie, with the teasers, I'll definitely be talking about that in the weeks to come. as well, and whatever else is even on my mind. So thank you guys again so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time on When We Enter My Mind Again, according to Spiky Dash. Thank you guys so much. We are out.